All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Okay, double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopefully elect. All right, and as you can see, the title of this stream, I have not shunned to declare unto you all the gospel. And today I want to speak on charity. All right. Now, earlier I was working and I was trying to do a not necessarily an in transit, but I tried to park and do a lesson, basically to speaking about brotherhood. But but there were some things I couldn't really, get done, and I was trying to, I have other articles and stuff that I need to report on and do, but it seems as though the spirit wants me to speak about charity at this particular time, because charity is a very important thing, you know, and I've noticed just like I saw the elder Ariella out there in the Dallas camp mention one time, sometimes because Christians use certain scriptures, brothers will avoid those scriptures. It's almost like certain scriptures become taboo because the Christian church uses them for their doctrine. But just because the Christian church uses them in their lack of understanding, or may use a scripture that has plain understanding, and they may be right because it's such a plain thing to understand, brothers will avoid it because it's like, oh, that's that Christian stuff. Well, if it's in the scriptures and it's true, because we know there are stumbling blocks in the scriptures, but if it's in the scriptures, you know, then yeah, it's still a part of the gospel. Okay. So today, I want to go into charity because we know that there's different types of charity. Us being out there preaching on the highways and byways, that's charity, that is charity. But there are other types of charity that brothers must also be mindful of, especially amongst the brotherhood. We know the scriptures say, let me just get it instead of quoting it. Let's see. Give not unto Salaki, unto the wicked. So the book of Sirach, okay, 12, in verse 5. Do well unto him that is lowly, but give not to the ungodly. Hold back thy bread, and give it not unto him, lest he overmaster thee thereby, for else thou shalt receive twice as much evil for all the good thou shalt have done unto him. Okay? For the Most High hateth sinners, and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment. Give unto the good and help not the sinner. So that's the point. It says, do well unto him that is lowly. I'll give an example of what I went through recently. Okay, so the other day before camp, there was this guy, and still to this day, I don't know what he did with the money I gave him, but he came very humble, very meek. You know, I don't, you know, I don't know what the brother's going through, what the dude's going through. I mean, he may not even receive the gospel. First I was thinking, maybe he could be an angel. The scriptures tell us um, about entertaining angels. Let me get that, or entertain strangers. So like strangers. I suck at typing sometimes. Hebrews 13 and 2. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unaware. So, I was kind of like, just the way the dude was carrying himself, he was very humble, he was very meek. And I was like, well, okay, whatever. He asked me, would I buy him a slice of pizza? So I was like, you know what? I will buy you a slice of pizza. Let's go, And he didn't ask for no pepperoni. He just asked for a plain slice of pizza, and he ordered it. And, it turns out somebody knew him down there, And I don't know, like I said, I don't know what his motives were. But he came in a lowly, humble spirit. Okay. He didn't come in the spirit of being wicked. On the flip side, though, today I went to this fish and chicken place, and this dude came up to me, and the first thing out of his mouth was, "What's up?" He tried to dap me up. I went ahead and dapped him up or whatever. And he was like, "Hey, what's up? How's your brother doing?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about? I don't know." I don't know you. And Shalom to whoever that is on the comment board. I was like, I don't know you, Clearly the dude was trying to run game, you know. He had an eyeball missing out of his eye. And just to recap, I'm talking about mercy and giving examples. I just read the scripture that goes into do well unto him that is lowly. I met a dude who was humble. I helped him out. But on the flip side, this dude, like I said, he came in and you could tell he was trying to run game. He was like, hey, how you doing? Dude was missing a whole eyeball. Dude eyeball was not in his eye. And he just he kind of crept in like he was lurking. You could just see the spirit on this dude of he was ready to catch somebody slipping, to try to get some money. Probably, I don't know what he was gonna go do with it, but it's just the way he approached. Oh yeah, man, you don't remember me? I met you at the Foot Locker. Now, granted, I haven't been to one Foot Locker in the state of Pennsylvania because I'm not from here. I have not been to one Foot Locker here. So he was lying off the rip, talking about how's my brother doing. That was clearly a wicked dude. And I decided, okay, I'm not going to help this dude out. Not only did I not really have it, but if I did have it, I wouldn't have helped dude out because he was clearly wicked. So let me just get back into what the point. The point is this is about charity towards the brethren, man, which is something that we must do. So let's read the scripture. 1 John chapter 3. Okay. And I'll start at verse 16. Hereby perceive we the love of the Most High, because he laid down his life for us, and we ought to lay down our lives for the brethren. Okay. But whoso hath this world's good, and seeth his brother have need, and shutteth up his bowels of compassion from him, how dwelleth the love of the Most High in him? So if you have your brother next to you, matter of fact, dang, there's a scripture that clearly says that. See if I can find it. Brother, bear with me 1 second. Thy brother that thou seest. I can't find it. But either way, this is enough to go in on what I'm saying. So like it asks the question, if you see your brother, because who's my brother except for them to do the will of my Father, right? So if we see another brother in this truth, and we have, like it says, the good in this world, which I'm gonna get that word. I looked it up earlier. It says, but whoso hath this world's good, and see if his brother have need, and shutteth up his bowels of compassion from him, how dwelleth the love of the Most High in him? And let's see what that word, this world's goods, goes into. Okay. 1 John 3. In verse 17, right? Whoso hath this world's good. Let's get that word. Okay, it goes into, it says bios, bios. Bios. So it says life extensively. Now we know life, these words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are truth. The life comes from this knowledge, but it also goes into something else. That by which life is sustained, resources, wealth, goods. So there's the spirit, there's the doctrine, the spirit, the truth, the warnings, that can bring a brother nourishment and this, that, and the other. Let me get the other scripture too. There's another scripture. But there's physical things, right? Uh, not that which is needful for the body. Okay. James 2. Let me get it in the. I'm gonna put it up over here. Open another tab. James 2. And what's that? 14. Because what good is it gonna do a brother, you know, that's going through stuff, and you just tell them go, all right, well, be healed, brother. you know, let's just read it, man. The scriptures can explain it better, man. All right, James 2:14. Let's start at 13. Okay. Start at 12, man. Salaki. So speak ye and so do. So basically be about what you preach. Because this goes for me too, you know. If I have something and it's in my power of my hand to help a brethren that's in this truth and I don't do it, then this fits me as well, you know. So speak ye and so do. Be about what you speak about, as they that shall be judged by the law of liberty. For he shall have judgment without mercy that have showed no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment. Why? Because alms cover the multitude of sins. You know, there's another precept. Let me get it. Yeah, right here. First Peter 4:8. And above all things, have fervent charity among yourselves, for charity shall cover the multitude of sins. Okay. That's why it says, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment. Because when you have charity, like it says, it covers the multitude of sins. Okay. Use hospitality one to another without grudging, as every man hath received the gift, even so minister the same one to another. Now, this is going to the knowledge, you know, but there's also physical things where we can help each other out. So let's go back into John or James, Salaki, James 2:14. What doth it profit, my brethren, though a man say he have faith and have not works? Can faith save him? If a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food, and one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be ye warmed and filled, notwithstanding you give them not those things which are needful to the body, what doth it profit? You know. So of course this is a similar tool that's being used to talk about faith and works being hand in hand, but it's still making a good point. If you have a brother or sister that's among you that's coming to camp, you know, and and they shoes got holes in them, you know, this required that they get a job, but they ain't got no proper shoes, you know, to go get a job in. And here it is, you got money, you got a car, you doing good for yourself, you got fly clothes, you know, you got enough money to go fuck it over, fuck it off, go eat out and do little shit like that. But here goes the brother next to you, and he is destitute, ain't got no clothes, ain't got no food, hungry, you know, and you just like, what it say? What does it say? And one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be ye warmed and filled. Yeah, be warmed, be filled, but you ain't helping be warmed or filled. What is it gonna profit them? You know? So it's lacking in the same way as this charity, man, that we should have towards each other, man. You know. So I read that First Peter 4:8. I might keep that open. These are a couple of precepts I got. First Corinthians 13, and I'm gonna start at verse 1. Okay, because we gotta have charity. Okay, though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, and have not charity, I am become a sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. So, what charity is this that we're talking about? Because it says he's speaking with the tongues of men and angels. So, obviously, that's talking about prophesying. Let's go into verse 2. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains and have not charity, I am nothing. Okay. Why? Because no man is without sin, man. I've really been in situations where I would go off. The next day, the Most High would put me in a position where I had to help a brother out, where I would have did it regardless. But I perceive that those are the moments where the Most High is look, I'm gonna forgive you by putting you in this position to do this for one of my little ones. You know what I'm saying? And by you doing this, I'm gonna forgive you. You know. And let me get that, because there's a precept that I pulled up, basically where it talks about Salakia. I want to keep up with this one because I just was looking at it. Yeah. All right. So this is First Timothy and Salakia. I got a lot of precepts. Might not even go into all of these, but through the Spirit, here I go with the one that could just pop to mind. It's all linking up. First Timothy chapter 6 and 17. Charge them that are rich in this world, that they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches, but in the living power, who giveth us richly all things to enjoy. That they do good, that they be rich in good works, ready to distribute, willing to communicate. Okay, so ready to distribute, willing to communicate. Now, first and foremost, this is talking about this knowledge. Okay, this is talking about this knowledge, being rich in this knowledge. But it also goes into money. Okay, you don't want to be, if a brother's doing good, you don't want to be. Let's get the scripture real quick. Okay, riches are not comely. Let's get it. All right. Ecclesiastes 14:3. Riches are not comely for a niggard. And what should an envious man do with money? So that word niggard is going into being stingy. Okay. Let's just get it. Okay. That word niggard. Okay. I don't mean naggard. I meant niggard. I meant niggard. Niggard. Stingy or ungenerous person. Ungenerous. Niggardly. A niggard. You know? So like you see a stingy person. So riches are not comely to a stingy person, you know? They're not comely to a stingy person. So that's why it's going into right here. But they do good, that they be rich in good works, ready to distribute, willing to communicate. So we should be ready to help each other out, you know? One of the reasons why it tells us to work with our own hands so that we may be willing, so that we may have to give to those who are without. Let's get that. Working with your own hands. Okay. First Thessalonians, is this the one? Yeah. First Thessalonians 4:11. I hate going to this Bible gateway because it's got so many different, you know, whatever. First Thessalonians 4:11. And that you study to be quiet. There's a little bit about that. Okay. First Thessalonians 4:9. But as touching brotherly love, ye need not that I write unto you, for ye yourselves are taught of the Most High to love one another. And indeed ye do it toward all the brethren which are in all Macedonia. But we beseech you, brethren, that ye increase more and more, and that ye study to be quiet, and to do your own business, and to work with your own hands as we commanded you, that ye may walk honestly toward them that are without, and that ye may have lack of nothing. There's another one too. Let me get it, and then I'll get back to the point. Salaki, that ye may have to give them something like this. Yeah. Ephesians 24:28. Okay. Let him that stole steal no more, but rather let him labor, working with his hands the thing which is good, that he may have to give to him that needeth. Okay. So one of the reasons we work is so that we can help each other out, you know, because we all in this captivity, man. Sometimes brothers need help, and I try to my best of my ability to be willing to give and just like here, bro, like here, because and it's a part of what we should do, but the Most High wants us to do it cheerfully. That's why I titled this, I have not shunned to declare unto you the gospel, because it's starting to go into things that Christians talk about, man. You know, oh man, giving unto others, and not being not having grudges, not giving grudgingly, you know. I mean, it's in the scriptures. Just because they talk about it, it's still in the scriptures. Okay. Let's see here. So I read that one already. Okay. I read that one. Let's get the one. Yeah, so 2 Corinthians 9:7, right? Uh let's read 9:6. But this I say, he which soweth sparingly shall also reap also sparingly, and he which soweth bountifully shall reap also bountifully. Every man according as he purposeth in his heart, so let him give, not grudgingly or of necessity, for the Most High love a cheerful giver. Now, this is what they talk about in the Christian church, but it doesn't change that the Most High loves a cheerful giver. Don't do it just because, oh, I guess I gotta go give to the brother now. I gotta help this nigga out again. I mean, it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way. This is what the Most High wants us to do, but it's what you will want to do if you love your brother, you know? And God is able to make all grace abound toward you, that ye are always having all sufficiency in all things, may abound to every good work. As it is written, he that dispersed abroad, he have given to the poor, his righteousness remaineth forever. Now he that ministereth seed to the sower, both minister bread for your food, and multiply your seed sown, and increase the fruits of your righteousness. Now I had another precept, Proverbs 11:24. There is that scattereth and yet increaseth. So what is this scattering talking about? This is talking about dispersing, you know, giving out, helping out the brothers, man, in particular. You might help somebody else out on the street or whatever. You might have those situations, but how do you know if you're not giving to a wicked person or not? Sometimes the spirit just leads you to do it. It is what it is, but you ain't always got to do it. We try to follow the spirit to the best of our ability. But there is that scattereth and yet increaseth. There are some that give out, that help other people, and yet the Most High still giving them, and they still got this and they still got that, because we all have expenses. But the Most High is able to take a let's get it. The Most High is able to take somebody that's poor and bring him up. Okay, I'm gonna start closing some of this stuff. Okay, bring a poor man out. It's a lucky. I'm trying to get this scripture. I may just have to quote it. Man out of the dunghill. I think that's what it says. Yeah. Samuel 2 and verse 8. First Samuel 2 and 8. Okay, let's start a little above that. Verse 7. It's First Samuel 2 and 7. The Yahweh maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. He raises up the poor out of the dust and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes and to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are Yahweh's, and he has set the world upon them. So we know, we're not supposed to seek to be rich. So I'm not going into that. Of course, we know this is talking about the children of Israel in general being lifted up and being put as the top rulership on the planet Earth. But the issues of death are from the Most High. How much more the issues of physical material things on the planet Earth? If the Most High wants to give you money, he can give you money. But he's gonna more than likely give you that which is sufficient for your life, and maybe a little more to help somebody else out. To see what you're gonna do with it. Proverbs 11:24. There is that scattereth and yet increaseth. Why? Because the Most High can just bring that right back to him. I seen you do that. Here you go. I'm gonna give you a little extra. And there is that withholdeth more than is meet, but it tendeth to poverty. So there are those that withhold, that keep back more than is necessary, but they still end up being poor. The liberal soul shall be made fat, and he that watereth shall be watered also himself. Now, this is spiritually and physically, man. He wants us to be cheerful givers, man. Not niggards, not miserly, not all trying to hold back. Well, you ain't gonna get much. And this is a perfect example. Me and the brother from the camp down Yala, we went to this place and we bought this Jamaican food. And boy, boy, them portions was so stingy, it's retarded. We paid $10 for a plate. Man, I guarantee you that thing ain't have but 2 drumsticks on it, some rice, a little bit of cabbage. Man, Jake, come to Jamaican places not for the side dishes. We want jerk chicken. We want brown stew chicken. We want, we want decent portions, man. But they was holding back. The last Jamaican place that did that down here ended up shut down. And guess where that place is? In the same spot where the last one was. If they keep being stingy, they gonna end up shut down. Why? And there is that withholdeth more than is meet, more than is necessary, but it tendeth to poverty. You can't get nowhere being stingy like that. That's just not how things work, man. So back at 1 Corinthians 13:2, and then I'll probably be ready to close this down here soon. First Corinthians 13:2. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, And though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains and have not charity, I am nothing. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned and have not charity, it profiteth me nothing. And in this particular context, charity goes into affection, goodwill, love, benevolence, brotherly love, love feasts. Because it talked about not being, not giving out of necessity and not being a begrudging giver, but being a cheerful giver, you know? So you got to actually have love, brotherly love. You got to actually care. You can't just be doing it. Well, you know, I'm giving because I know this is what looks good. No, man. You got to actually have love, man. And though I give my body to be burned and have not charity, it profiteth me nothing. Charity suffereth long and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity boasts not itself. It's not puffed up, because that's what this word boast means. I mean, vaunteth. It means to boast. So charity doesn't boast itself. It's not puffed up. It does not behave itself unseemly. It does not seek its own. Is not easily provoked, and it thinketh no evil. You know, because sometimes, man, demons will hop in your mind. Let's continue. Rejoiceth not in iniquity, but rejoiceth in truth. Because sometimes a demon will hop in your mind about a brother, and because we all have our shortcomings, and a demon might try to make you look at a brother a certain way, man. You got to rebuke that, man. That's not love. That's not charity, man. You know, because the scripture tell us what? Esteem, man. Each. So, Lucky, let me get this precept. I'll be wrapping it up here soon. Come on, man. Uh, okay. Each better. Yeah. Okay. Philippians 2. So, Lucky, I couldn't find it. Philippians 2 and 3. Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves. You know, look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others. You know, fulfill ye my joy. So, verse 2, Philippians 2 and 2, fulfill ye my joy, that ye be like minded, having the same love, being of one accord, of one mind. Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves. Look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others. That we support each other as a brethren, as a part of the body. You know, I'm not, and this is something that comes with time, comes with being seasoned and different experience you have. Because I went through experiences in the world. Like I was talking about earlier, where that dude tried to run game. He's like, yeah, how your brother doing? Man, both my brothers is a thousand, at least 1,000 miles away from here, man. You don't know me or my brother, man. But because I've experienced having a game run on me when I was younger and naive, I'm able to spot, okay, he running game. Which that was weak game anyway. But there will be stronger game where somebody may come completely humbly crouch down, even a Jake, and be there to supplant and to try to get over on you. you know. So I mean, you never know, man. But yeah, so that's why. So, but I'm saying that to say, no, don't be a sucker, you know. But in this brotherhood, we are supposed to help each other out. That's why we send ties because we're supposed to. But those ties are used through the Spirit to help brethren out. So how much more when we're in the camp with each other, you know, to not help each other out? When we have a brother right there next to us, and we have the means to do it, we should, we should, you know. So yeah, hopefully, like I said, this lesson was edifying. Didn't really want to, like I said, I'm also speaking to myself, man, because I know I'm I'm not perfect. None of us are. But it's good to go into these things as well, man, know that we know, okay, that we can try to do better. Okay. So with that, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopefully elect. With that, I'm going to say shalom.